So I think I got to a hospital. I think it was like between 3 and 4 maybe or something in the morning. Um, they were really quick to give me treatment. Funny thing, my ride and we went flying off some deer roadkill. We got air in a little car. It's pretty wild on the highway. But anyways, we survived that. Um, and it felt really bumpy, but his car looked like it was untouched. So as far as we know, at least from the front end, I don't know what happened underneath. But yeah, so they gave me dilaudid sub-Q, and basically it was something like a gravel for the reflux. But and it's like about every 5 hours. That's what I'm getting. And I got my room around 3, I think. So I'm in the surgical unit because they're thinking if this doesn't self-clear, they think it's a bowel obstruction and they're gonna have to do surgically. But the part that doesn't make any sense is that my friend is going through the same thing. We had a barbecue, and my thought was because that night I had this dream about all this ground beef, and they were burgers, and then I woke up vomiting. I was like, oh, it's the beef, right? Um, and then I checked with everybody, and nobody else was sick. So then I was like, okay, maybe it is just me. But then I felt ill during the day, but not too bad. And then that night, my friend ended up with like stabbing gut pain, and um, like didn't sleep a wink, and kind of checked in, and we were like, oh, because I hadn't had that yet. But then the next morning, um, so the second morning after the burgers, I was like totally nauseous again. I felt like I needed to throw up, but I didn't actually end up throwing up. But then again, like I was very peckish that day because I could tell I was off. And then by dinner, I thought, oh, I should be good to eat this kind of bowl I eat often that my body really likes. And so I ate it. And then directly after I ate it, I started getting the stabbing pains. And it was far worse than being green, that's for sure. And then that night, which was last night, I was up through the whole night. And I think my friend was pretty much up through his second night. Um, so the thought was maybe it was E. coli or some other bacterial um, foodborne infection. And the reason why not anybody else was affected was because of the group. Me probably a lot more so, but still, especially like gut wise. But we're like the two immune compromised. So that was my thinking. But anyways, told that whole story to the hospital when I got here and to every doctor, nurse since. But they're pretty like sold that this is a bowel obstruction, like my bowel is kinked or yeah, kinked, I guess, or twisted or whatever. And they wanted to do a CAT scan right away with contrast, but I had only been 24 hours out from a bowel movement, so I kind of felt like it was just a bit too soon. Like maybe this is, things have slowed down, but who's to say they've stopped? So they did give me. They said I could do. I asked if I could have other imaging. They said I could try an X-ray, but they didn't think it would really work, and I might end up having a CAT scan also in the end. And then they said, or we could just go straight to treatment, the conservative treatment first, which is putting an NG tube down to my stomach to try to like release the gas and like pump up like the acid and see. I don't know if they can do a test on the acid to see like to have any findings or something, but um, they just they did not seem at all like convinced that it had any relationship to my friend that's going through the exact same symptoms. It's so weird. Um, my stomach has been bloated. I don't think it's quite as bloated as it has been, but it's bloated and tender. Um, and yeah, so the game plan is I asked for 24 hours before the NGC to just watch and see if this would like self-resolve while having like fluid and pain management. and they agreed to that. So I don't know if they're gonna let me go like full 24 hours, like overnight, but it seems so because um, I don't think anyone's going to be in. It's getting late in the evening now, right? It's got to be 6 p.m. So I think I'm good till tomorrow morning, and hopefully I'll have a bowel movement. And it would be nice if they would test for some bacterial infections or whatever. But yeah, they just last time when I had used the fecal matter transplant went into flare two, it was just all kind of cast into the Crohn's diagnosis. So like no synergistic options. And actually, the nurse just told me the night one of my nurse here that there's something called medical shadow banning. No, medical overshadowing. I can't remember what it is, but it's basically when you have like a primary diagnosis that doctors kind of just shuffle all your everything that comes up under that diagnosis, even though it could be like a totally unrelated thing going on. So it kind of becomes the catch-all. Anyway, so a lot of things can go like wrong doing that. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna. The good news is my friend is checked in at a different hospital and getting an X-ray. So if they're able to like identify an issue and I think it's the same, then I'll go for the X-ray, right? But if they can't identify it that way, um, I'm not sure where this is going to go. So yeah, I'm just kind of riding this out. And I'm seeing here, I got some this week, so you can see my fungal infection, which I think has gotten a bit bigger, probably because I'm on, I don't know if you can see it on the slide, because I'm on, like I had it anyway, and the sun makes it like prominent, but I can see that it's growing, and I think it's probably because my immune system's a bit impaired right now. And actually, like that's a common side effect of using biologics is like skin infections, skin conditions, and respiratory. Anyway, so that's what's going on at the hospital.